Jimmy Cabs, Sanford Parker, the resident, Mirrors of Psychic Warfare, just concluded an amazing fucking, truly. You know what I thought about while you were playing up there?
What's up?
I mean, I talked to Scott about this the last time that your music could easily transfer into, like, say, like a soundtrack for a movie. But what I was listening today reminded me of something that Black Sites or like Guantanamo Bay would use during their interrogations of.
Okay.
I really mean that, because the music really tends to go deep into the subconscious, and then it marinades and overtakes your whole mind. Anyways, we're talking about Mirrors of Psychic Warfare. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're touring around, playing,
Yeah.
and how's the tour going?
Tour's going great. We've been out for a month. Well, we've been out for 3 weeks. We got a little less than a week left. Started in Chicago, did the East Coast with the Atlas Moth and Royal Thunder. And now we're doing the West Coast on our own. And we wrap Saturday in Vancouver.
Let's go back to that. You've been touring and you've been playing shows with the Atlas Moth and
Royal Thunder.
totally different audiences, a bigger scape, I would say, but a more wider audience, don't you think?
Kinda, in some regards, yeah.
So you've been seeing exactly how your music has been being absorbed by different audiences. How has that been?
It's been good. I mean, I think it kind of, transcends both those audiences, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like anybody that's into Neurosis is into us, is into Atlas Moth, is into Royal Thunder, is into whatever I do, you know what I mean? I don't think there's like a huge gap between like what the audience for Atlas Moth is versus Royal Thunder versus us, It's like, I kind of feel like it was the same audience that we played for tonight would have been in the same crowd in, say, New York with those bands, you know what I mean?
Interesting. One of the things, you've brought this up, it's interesting that you both are from different projects that are very well known. Would it be safe to say that a good portion of your audience is coming out to see you with this project? Because you also have another project with Scott, which is entitled Corrections House.
Right.
Getting back to my question here, is that audience that's coming to see you with this project, are they absorbing and getting what you're doing? Because this is completely different from your main projects.
It seems so, yeah. I mean, we get a lot of people that are Corrections House fans coming out, and they really seem to dig it. They seem to get it. I mean, I kind of feel like if you're into like anything I do, if you're into Neurosis, if you're into Corrections House, you already have like a pretty open mind, you know what I mean? And I kind of feel like what we're doing, you'll get it. If you're into any of those projects, it makes sense. It's like the next step in evolution as far as what me and Scott do,
I'm glad you brought this up. Let's get into it. For those of you that are not aware of what this duo and the collaboration is all about, 2016 you released a self-titled record, Mirrors of Psychic Warfare. Which is a whole experimental, different angle. We discussed this. There's been different renditions of what you guys are all about. They describe it pretty much as like industrial, dark, ambient type sound. Mm-hmm. What I like about it is it just really pushes the boundaries of both of you into a whole other realm, a whole other spectrum of music and creativity. What I like about this project that you're doing is the both times that I've seen you play live, it's never the same. It seems like it seems to me that the energy and the whole collaboration really expands with every live performance. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say so.
There's no boundaries.
No, and there's a bit of we improvise a lot of it. We kind of like try to change it up as much as possible, you know what I mean? And a lot of the stuff that we played tonight is newer stuff that's coming out on our record in the fall. So it's a lot different from the record that we already have out, you know what I mean? Because we don't want to repeat ourselves, so.
Let's talk about that. 2016, as I mentioned before, you released that record. How creatively do you escape not being repetitious?
Well, it's kind of funny because Scott kind of spearheaded the first record and I kind of spearheaded the second one, you know what I mean? So I feel like
fresh ideas, fresh angles.
Yeah, exactly. It's And it would be cool, you know, like maybe he'll do the next one and then I'll do the one after that. You know what? It's not like, but it's not like I did everything and he did everything. It's definitely a collaboration. But the first record, Scott came to the table with a lot of the stuff already, you know, like this is kind of what I want.
You already had the agenda.
And then the record that we're working on now, it was kind of the opposite, where I had a lot of the basic stuff and I'm like, here, you know, check this out, and he kind of added his element to it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to, like, you know, if we keep
Switch
going
off.
back and forth, yeah.